Our top story at 6. Hawkinsville police tased a 67-year-old man 3 times. The man says he was walking away from police when it happened. Police say he wasn't being cooperative. His neighbor caught it all on video. Tom George joins us now to walk us through what happened.
Frank, this is the incident report obtained from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. It says that 67-year-old Billy Milner was tased by Deputy Mike Thomas. Now, this isn't the first time Pulaski used a taser this year, but officials tell me they don't know exactly how many times they've used the device. Chief Deputy Jason Fremont estimates it's the 4th time this year. Tim Fowle says he often sees squad cars headed to his neighbor's house in Hawkinsville.
The police has been out there 8 to 10 times.
His neighbor, 67-year-old Billy Milner, lives on property owned by his family. Milner says they've been wanting him to move out, and that's led to family arguments and police calls. But on July 22nd, one of those calls ended with this. Milner being tased, all caught on video by his friend next door, Tim Fowle.
Well, at first, when I heard the pop, I thought he was shot. I couldn't believe it.
That's from the stun gun?
Yeah. I got hit with two things right there.
Milner says he was tased from behind while walking away from a deputy. The deputy says Milner wasn't cooperating when told he was going to jail.
The deputy didn't know if he was going after a gun or a knife. The deputy told him to stop, advised him he was under arrest, and tased him when he resisted.
Police charged Milner with battery, saying he hit his brother's girlfriend while trying to get his dog back from her trailer. Milner says he wasn't told of the charge until he got to jail.
He didn't tell me I was under arrest or nothing, right? He didn't read my rights, and he didn't tell me to turn around and cuff up or nothing. And I started walking back to the trailer, right? Not running nothing, and that's when he shot me with the stun gun.
Milner does have a criminal record. The Florida Department of Corrections website says he spent 20 years in prison on several charges, including sexual battery. He must now wear an ankle bracelet as a registered sex offender. But he says being tased was a painful first.
Yeah. I felt I was like that, and I really out of my mind a little bit when he stung me, because I ain't never been hit with a laser gun.
An incident report obtained through Georgia's open records law shows Milner was tased 3 times before he would cooperate with the deputy. Now, according to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office rules about the use of tasers, any kind of resistance to an officer, even if it's just verbally saying, "I'm not going to jail," is enough to allow the use of a taser. It's why, even though the video shows Milner with his back to the officer and walking away, he was able to be tased. Chief Deputy Fremont says tasing Milner was a safer option than trying to physically restrain him, and says Milner's age, 67, is not a barrier to being tased.
In the scenario that took place out there on that day, the way the deputy handled it was proper.
But the man behind the camera, also a former cop, says things could have been handled better.
They're supposed to be public safety officers. They're supposed to serve and protect, and it didn't seem like they were doing either.
Now, Chief Deputy Fremont did admit to me that he thinks the department should keep better records of tasing. He says officers do have to mention using a taser in the narrative of their incident reports, but there's no box to check for use of force, and that makes it difficult for the department to easily find all incidents when a taser was used. Now, he says moving forward, officers will be able to and required to log their use of force. That way, investigators can easily search for specific incidents where an officer needed to use a weapon, whether it be a gun or a taser. Frank?